the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put these sides on. I put that one on over there so you can kind of see. When we're putting these sides on, we have to make sure that we are down low enough to below this shelf, because if we put this up too high, then our shelf won't go on. So you can actually see this, that we are probably about 5-6 inches below this shelf that we have to drop. And the reason why that is because they have that support bracket in there. So we had to make sure that our height for this is below that. So our shelf is actually going to be sitting right here, and it's going to be about 21 or 22 inches is where we got it sitting on down on our truck. And then so we had to make sure this is below that. I would have liked to have this up higher, but I can't, because if I went up higher, I was going to have to come all the way up here, because my reel and my shelf is all in this area. So that causes an issue. So this is something that, again, when we're building this stuff, measure 3 times, check everything, put it up there, double check it, triple check it before you start going and drilling. Because the last thing you want to do is put this bar right here, and then, or that our shelf's going to be way up here, and we're going to be trying to reel a hose way up here. It's already going to be high because we got to get over a side of a truck, so we don't want it way high. So make sure when we put these on. So what you're going to do is, these are not pre-drilled, and the reason why they're not pre-drilled is because obviously we got to do it. So I've already set this up there. We actually used the C-clamp here to hold that there to get my first pilot hole, and now we're going to drill it. Now just remember, if you look, I don't know if I can see this tip here, but it's not very sharp. Just remember, when we're dealing with drills and we're dealing with aluminum, a sharp bit is obviously a good thing. Jason's bits are very old. I think these probably are about 15-year-old bits, so they probably need some new bits. It is what it is. The other thing, you know, when we are drilling, it is one thing that, like, even when I'm going into this next hole here, I want to make sure I'm level. I don't want to be drilling in, you know, I got a pilot hole, but I don't want to go in sideways like this, because then that's going to throw that bolt off and it's going to make everything. But we want to apply steady pressure. If he holds the top up there, yeah, if he holds the top there. So I'm going to get it started here. So I'm going to try to figure out where I'm straight. Get me started. I'm going to hold on the backside, and I'm going to give it nice solid pressure. I'm going to give it a little bit of wobbly-outy, so that way it can give us a little bit of flex. Before we go on any further, if you would like to learn more about pressure washing and stuff like that, I have a step-by-step course of how to do a pressure washing business. You can go check it out at pressurewashhelp.com or King of Pressure Washing, and there I have all the steps. In fact, one of the steps is building your own rig, and I teach you step-by-step of how to build a rig, reasons why we need to build a rig, and not only that, it is also the 26 steps to the perfect house wash. I give you all 26 steps to make sure that you do a perfect house wash every time, and you do every step, so that way you hit everything you need to do, like marketing, like taking before and afters to cover your tail, and all of that is detailed in there, so make sure you go check that out. But again, you can see that this bit is not very good. Again, putting pressure on it to help hold that, so that way it goes through the hole there and makes it do it. If drill bit is better to be going slower than faster. If it's going slower, it's going to cause less heat. When we're going super fast, could cause more heat, which it's not so much with aluminum, but with steel, it is a problem. So the next thing we'll do is come over here. We got to have these nuts. You like these nuts? Again, we're using stainless steel. Everything is stainless steel. Stainless steel is a lot better. Obviously, we don't have to worry about it rusting. We don't have to worry about other things. You know, the rust is obviously an issue. Again, we're just gonna stick it on there, get it through the hole. You can see it is a little tight. Put a nut on it, or a bolt on it here. Actually, I'm gonna put a lock washer on that one too. That way it keeps that from pulling in. Put a lock washer on there. I could tighten it. It's best if we don't tighten when we first do that. And the reason why we don't want to tighten it is is that allows us to move this one around. If we tighten it, then we can't get it in there. Again, you can see this one isn't 100% straight. We're gonna give it a little help here. Little love tap there. I got a little cheating impact gun here. Jason is famous for losing tools instead of getting everything up and ready. That would make too much sense. Again, righty tighty, lefty loosey. My grandpa taught me this, or I don't know who taught me. Righty tighty and lefty loosey. Now, if you can read, it also says on and off. But not always have them. And you can see that's pretty tight right here. You don't want to over tighten. We'll bend, we'll break, especially with stainless. We'll have all kinds of issues. All right, so we have that. The next thing we'll be installing will be the 2 front cross members. We're gonna stick one right here, and we're gonna stick one right here for my tanks, one on each side of the tanks. And then after that, I will put my shelf up there, so that way I'm not fighting my shelf trying to get this on there. For my next video will be my cross members for my tanks.